I guess when I was 14, 15, I started to think about what I wanted to become. And there was many options, maybe too many options. And in these too many options, there was really none which were satisfying and where I had the feeling that I could pursue my curiosity. And so at some point I discovered art. I got the intuition that I could basically articulate myself in different fields without really having to belong to any. And basically I would like to say the world is my atelier, and in the encounter with this world, that's where I actually articulate my ideas, work and projects. Today I'm embarking on this journey here to Antarctica. This is a landscape which resonates particularly with me. I mean, the cryospheres, the poles, they have been kind of instrumental in the way I became an artist, but also the way I see the world. I learn a lot being immersed in this environment. I try to enter in dialogue with a particular location, and out of this experience I try to precipitate the essence of this experience in forms or in exhibition, in objects, in films, where basically I hope to be able to render this experience accessible for others. And most of the places that I visit, they are places which have been somewhat changed by our actions or inaction as a species. It can also be conceptual action. It can be meaning that we apply to particular places, and actually the fact that we articulate these stories have a huge impact in the way the place is being perceived. And I'm more interested in actually looking at the world through different lenses, because at the end of the day, every sight is subjective and we are short-sighted. First see the side of your friend and neighbors, and maybe then going even further and trying to look through the perspective of other beings. Try to think like a volcano, think like an iceberg. Expedition, we have scientists which are doing their research, and that is always something which has been very important in my work, actually. Taking the lenses of others and trying to see the world through them to reflect on my perception. Earlier this year I was very happy alongside Cecilia Vicuña to win actually the very first Eric and Wendy Schmidt Environment Art Prize. Today, in a world in crisis, art has a huge role to play. A crisis of sensibility, of imagination. We need new ways to inhabit the world. I'm actually trying to do some hydrophone recording, like underwater soundscaping, because I think that we hear a lot about the world, but we're missing a huge part, which is the underwater part. It's only quite recently that we have been kind of looking into the sounds. I mean, in the 70s, one of the most famous movies, Le Monde du Silence, A Silent World by Cousteau, was telling us that there was no noise and no voices down there. But I think that actually we should not say singing like a bird, but singing like a fish, because the fish have been way longer around than birds are. The passion for the deep sea is like something that I've been developing, because we have a lack of representation, a lack of storytelling about the deep sea, and a lot of things are happening at the moment, some which are frightening, like big threats. And to be on this particular ship, having the Sebastian, but then in Antarctica, this is kind of like, yeah, the perfect match.